Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made this cute little hippo out of epoxy resin. So what I use is Let's Resin, epoxy resin. There's a part B and a part A, and you use them in equal parts by volume. So I just put them in my cup, and I stir them up for 4 minutes until you don't see any styrations in it. Is that what you call them? Anyway, when the time is up, then I can start adding my color to it. So this is a peacock, and actually it is candle making color. For some reason it was in with my resin pigments, but it works the same as the pigments. So this is a peacock color, which is a bluish green. And don't mind that mold sitting there because I mixed this up for that mold, and the extra I put in the hippo. So whatever I had left over, I put in my hippo mold, and it's just a little mold. Got it from Into Resin? Is that right? No. I got it off of Amazon. So this one here is the pigment for resin, and I am using, I think you call it tourmaline, which is a pink color. And again, don't mind that mold there. It'll be in a separate video. I'm just going to use the leftover that I used in this mold in the hippo. So as you can see, I'm just pouring the leftover in my hippo mold. And yes, the hippo mold did come from Amazon. It's cute. I made one in another video for my granddaughter. Okay, this is smoky quartz, and it is some of the resin pigments. And don't mind that mold there because it'll be in a separate video. We're just going to use what's left over when I fill that up. So I'm just going to put what's left over in my hippo molds. And that's what it looks like so far. And then I'm just going to use the peacock and mix up a little bit more of the epoxy resin to go ahead and fill up the rest of my hippo mold. And I just stir it until it's all mixed up, and then I start pouring it in my mold. Eventually, at some point in time. Yes. How about right now? And it's a pretty small mold. It's about the size of the palm of my hand. And then I'm just going to take my lighter and try to pop any bubbles that come up. And I do that a few times. And this is actually the next day. And I am ready to demold the little hippo. And even though it had those 3 colors in it, the head is more of the brown and the red, so it looks It looks almost black, more brownish, I guess. And then the body and actually the ears look more of the peacock color. So you don't see any pink at all. So it turned out pretty good. I'm not unhappy with it. I like it. And so I'm just taking my fingernail file and I'm going to file down the very bottom so there's no jagged edges and it's smooth. It's not going to scratch up anybody's table or cut anybody's finger or anything like that. And then I just wipe down the bottom. And now I have a paint marker, and this is from Magnolia. I used to sell it a long time ago. So it's white, and I'm just going to do the eyes. Okay, I didn't like how that turned out, so I just took a paper towel and wiped that off. If it didn't fully come off, you could use alcohol, but it did come off very well. Yep. So I'm going to try again. And then the hippo does have some teeth underneath. Just some little slits there, so I'm going to highlight those with a white pen too. The one tooth had like a bubble in it, so I was trying to get the paint down in the bubble. And here I am trying to even out the eyes, make them a little better. But I think the tip of my paint pen was just too large and I messed up, so I'm just going to wipe those off again. And it comes right off, so I had to redo the one eye, and I probably had to redo the other one too, I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't. And then I did fill in the insides of her nostrils. And there she is. Then I went to touch up the teeth a little bit more. And then I'm going to put a butterfly on her head because there is one piece of glitter at the very top of her head. So I'm just going to cover that with a butterfly. That's what I'm pointing out, is there's just this one piece of glitter there. And it's on the inside in the resin. So I'm going to put the butterfly on top of that. And of course it fell off, and then I realized, oh, I smeared her teeth. So I'm going to have to wipe those off, and this time I am going to have to use alcohol because it was kind of smearing and it had already been on there for a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little bit of alcohol on my paper towel, and then I'm just going to clean that off her teeth, and then I'm going to start over. I am going to add more glue to the top of her head though, and I'm going to let that set up for just a little bit while I work on her teeth. So I'm just barely tapping my ink pen onto the teeth portions of the mold, or of the hippo. And then I'm going to add the butterfly to the top of her head. And there she is. I think she turned out pretty cute. You'll have to let me know what you think, and I'll try to remember to put the other hippo video in the description box. Here she is outside on the log. She's cute. I don't mind her. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please feel free to do so. And, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these things that I'm making. And I'll see you later.